If you have waken up one day with the realization that you are making decision after decision based on what other people think and want, living on autopilot and losing connection to who you were as a kid and not even recognizing yourself anymore, then I welcome you to the human race, and I'd like to tell you that you are not alone. One way or another, we are all influenced by other people. Changing that and finding your true self requires time and effort, and I am here to talk briefly about influence, why it happens, how to control it, and how to be more authentic. As a kid, I was greatly influenced by the culture that I grew up in Syria. My parents, my friends, and the people around me were always talking about what a person should do, how they should behave, like how a man must always be strong and never show any kind of emotions or weaknesses, and how getting married and having kids is the ultimate joy in life, and that having the best paid job should be what we thrive for. And then we got the internet in Syria, and my influences started to get bigger, broader, from all around the world. And I started to hate and love certain individuals or groups or ideas based on what other people loved and hated. And when I left Syria, I learned the idea that to meet new people and to fit in the new society, you must drink alcohol and party with people, and that you should be just like them, doing the things that they are doing, otherwise they are not gonna accept you. And the more time has passed, the more decisions that I made that were based on the thoughts and ideas of other people. Until I reached a point in my mid-20s when I realized that almost nothing that I did was what I really wanted to do, and that my life is fake and inauthentic. I don't want to be a rigid man who doesn't show his emotions. I am an emotional person and I like my emotions. The whole concept of marriage doesn't really speak to me, and I don't see myself, for the time being, raising a kid because I want to focus on myself. My culture wasn't for me, and the ideas that I learned from other societies weren't for me either. The things that I truly liked and loved were very different from what I have been taught in my home country and on the internet. And once I started to learn psychology and realized how influence and the group effect exactly work, I understood how to have more control over these influences, and that made me much more authentic and changed my life completely. We are all bound to get influenced by other people, whether we like that or not. These influences happen subconsciously, outside of our control, and it is just our human nature. We are social beings and we are greatly affected by evolution and the need for connection. We care a lot about what other people think and we like to conform to the norm. Especially social media in the modern age plays a huge role on what you get influenced by based on what other people are saying and posting on different social media platforms. Not being aware of how influence works might get us involved in the wrong things that are not true to us, which could put us on a dangerous, unwanted path that might take us years to recover from. In order to be more aligned with your inner self and discover what you truly like and dislike and what you want from this life, you need to figure out what your strong influences are. Was it what your parents said is right or wrong, or what your teachers preached at school, or what your friends thought was cool, or what you saw different influencers post about on social media, or maybe was it something that you saw on TV? You then detach yourself from yourself and observe how exactly you get influenced, becoming more conscious of the process while it is happening. And you start to choose new influences that align more to your wants and values. We can't completely get rid of being influenced. We just can't defy our biology. What we can do is understand the process more, have more empathy towards ourselves, and reshape these influences by changing our friend circle, the places that we live in, our work environment, the things that we spend our time on, and by meeting new people. With time, controlling the process becomes easier. You start to get the gist of it, and you see the moment you make a decision what got you influenced to do it. You start to see the source of that decision and you act accordingly. I have now reached a point in my life where I know why I get influenced and I know what these influences are. In the past years, I have changed my friend circle to more positive people. I moved from different cities and I changed my habits and started to consume more positive and truthful media. And all of that made my influences become more about productivity and positivity. And my life automatically became much more positive and productive and authentic.